Tyrano Beat is the latest attack type released in Beyblade X, and it features a T-Rex design as well as the first jumping bit in the entire lineup. Tyrano Beat released in the BX-31 Random Booster as a prize, meaning it's going to be a little bit tougher to get, but the entire Random Booster lineup is really good, if not the best we've seen yet. So let's go ahead and charge right into the box and tear out Tyrano Beat with our teeth, Jurassic style. Are dinosaur puns cringe? Let me know in the comments. So after tearing open the box, the first piece that we're going to look at is the bit, which is called Quake. Now this one is kind of like a flat on one side and then a gear flat on the other, but it definitely has a kind of angled shape to it. Whenever we first got pictures of this bit, it was definitely kind of interesting. It's pretty gimmicky in its design when the rest of the bits in Beyblade X have been pretty simple so far, like flat, ball, needle, and then different variations. This one is really unique. I don't expect it to be a competitive beast, but it looks to be kind of fun. And I will say, I wasn't the biggest fan of the blue color in the pictures, but now that I've seen the Bay in person and the full combo in person, I kind of like the blue. Next up, we have the Ratchet, which is $470. This is a new piece for this set, but it's barely new. I mean, we've seen $460 and $480 for a while now, and $470 is just the same design, just a slightly different height. I wish we would have seen something different with the design going on to make it a little bit more unique. It's just kind of bland the way it is. I do like the color scheme though. You have the jewel red and then the kind of smoky black plastic in the middle. It's a nice looking Ratchet, but I wish it was a little bit more special. I do need to interrupt to give a big thank you to Mall of Toys for sending me this entire random booster set. And if you want to get this set for yourselves, go and check out Mall of Toys. They have the sets and just random boosters available for sale right now, as well as the new Drigger remake that just came out, and a bunch of other X and UX releases as well. So go and check them out, link in the description down below, and make sure you use code ilinnuc to get 5% off of your first purchase. But now let's move on to the star of the show, the blade itself. We have Tyrano Beat, and this blade actually surprised me. But let's go ahead and talk about the design first. This is a really detailed looking blade. You have a lot of spikes and scales that are from the T-Rex dinosaur design, and the shape is rather oblong as well, meaning it's kind of more of an oval shape. Think of like Shark Edge or even my custom Nitro. Those have similar shapes and they hit really hard. This is a BX release, not UX, so it is going to have the metal kind of launcher prongs. This easily could have been a UX release just with its design and its weight, which I'll talk about here in a second. But I will say the metal hooks on the blade, I think look really good. And they kind of look like the top of a T-Rex head, or maybe even a claw. I just love the way the entire design comes together. And going back to the weights, which I talked about earlier, mine is right around 36.9 grams for the blade. Some might be heavier or lighter, but that weight does put it towards the top end, with bays like Cobalt Drake and Phoenix Wing that are around 38, and it makes it a little bit heavier than Dran Buster as well. Definitely pretty interesting and pretty surprising as well. So with its weight, its design, and its shape, could this be a top tier attack blade? So whenever we put the full combo together, it does look really good. I've already talked about how much I like the blade, and the blue on the Quake Bit is definitely growing on me. But once again, 470 is just kind of boring. I'm getting kind of bored of the Ratchets in Beyblade X. I just want them to experiment with the shapes a little bit more. But we are less than a year into the Japanese lineup, so they do have time to make a couple of changes to make them more exciting. In the Beyblade X anime/manga, this Beyblade is used by Rex Jora, who you really haven't seen that much of yet. At the time of this video, he hasn't even appeared in the anime yet, so if you're watching this in the future, is he cool? I hope he is. But that was Tyrano Beat, but it's not the only Tyrano Beat. There is a secondary prize in the random booster, and it is a green Tyrano Beat. I don't love the color of this. It's definitely better in person than it is in pictures, but it's just kind of slime colored. And the part combo for Slime Tyranno is just kind of boring and even kind of bad as well. We have the 360 Ratchet, which is really bland and really old, and it is in this kind of Mountain Dew color, which is okay. And for the bit, we have Spike, which I think is the worst Beyblade X bits that is out right now. Not a great selection of parts. But we do have some other really good Beyblades in the rest of the random booster as well. Like we have Hell's Chain on 980 and Orb. I don't really know much about 980, but I know Orb has a lot of competitive use, and so does Hell's Chain, and this color scheme looks great. We also have Dran Dagger 470p. Dran Dagger and Hell's Chain before were only available in their own deck sets, so getting another chance to get them is nice. We have 470 again, and then the Point bit is probably my first or second favorite bit in the entire X lineup. Next up, we have the black and red Shark Edge, which I've mentioned really liking in the past. I love the color scheme. The parts are pretty interesting though. We have Quake for the bits, and we have 160 for the Ratchet. What's interesting is that the Ratchet does not line up with the Shark Edge blade, so there is a piece of the Ratchet just really sticking out, and I really think it's going to make the blade just really burst prone. And then finally, we have kind of the throwaway for this set. We have Rhino Horn on 580 and Q. The color scheme for Rhino Horn is good, but it doesn't really have any competitive usage, if that's what you care about. It's just really weak, and I would only really pick this up if you love the recolor or just want it for your collection. But now we are done with the unboxing, and it is now time to move on to the test battles to see how well Tyranno Beat does, and also how well Quake does. I'm going to be very surprised if it's actually good, but let's test it out. All right, first up, let's battle it up against the blue Hell's Chain combo. Oh! Dude, Quake is going insane. Oh, man. Those first few hits could be huge. And yeah, Quake's got like no stamina. Oh, no! Oh! The T-Rex has burst. Those hops. Oh, I spoke too soon. It was hopping around and then gone. Let's try out T-Rex versus T-Rex on Spike. Oh, let it. Okay, it sent itself out and took my light with it. Let it go. Oh! Dude. Wow, the impact is insane. Almost an over finish. Yeah, Quake's stamina is just horrible stamina. Come on. I want to see. Man, dude, Quake, he's got to nail the hits. Nail those first hits. Maybe you'll get something out of it. Oh! Oh! Green Tyranno was just thrown out of the stadium, but you want to know what's kind of dumb? That would actually not count as a point because it went over the stadium wall. I think that should be an over finish or something, but I guess it's not. Dumb rule. Now let's do Tyranno Beat up against the Quake Shark. Let it. Oh! Dude. Quake versus Quake. Wow. Let it. Jumping. Oh! Dude. Okay. Well, we know Shark Edge has worse stamina. We already knew that. Let it. Okay, that's an extreme. All right. So those were the test battles. What did you think? Overall, it did about how I expected. It's very boom or bust because of that Quake bit. Although, I definitely see a lot of potential for Tyranno Beat on other bits, like maybe Excel, or Point, or Gear Point even. I think we're going to see this in some competitive combos, or at least I hope so. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. Let me know what you guys think of Tyranno Beat in the comments down below. And also, let me know if you think this entire random booster was good or if it wasn't so good. But hit that like button, hit subscribe to join the Nook Nation, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun, and bay away.